We're in Sandy, and we are going to visit Hollow Tree Honey. Now, Utah is known as the beehive state, so it's only right that Hollow Tree Honey has decided to put Utah on the map and allow us to taste real Wasatch Front honey. We're gonna meet Tom Bench. He's founder, co-owner. We're gonna get a little sweet with you. Are you ready? Let's do it. Mask up.
Hey!
Tom!
How are you, Katie?
Oh, I'm so excited to be here.
Us too, yeah.
You're gonna teach me everything I need to know about honey?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it.
Welcome to the Honey House.
Yay,
Yeah,
Honey House! Okay, Tom Bench, you are founder, co-owner of Hollow Tree Honey. Oftentimes I think, you know, we're at the grocery store and we look at this beautiful jar of honey and there's like 20 million different varieties of honey too, and it's like, what does it all mean? You're gonna break it down for us.
Absolutely. We're gonna show you honey, how it gets from the hive into the jar and eventually to your home.
What makes Hollow Tree unique to other honeys?
I think one of the biggest things is that it's unheated, it's unfiltered. It's basically from your backyard, Utah, Davis County. We have some up in Park City, so.
So it's like kind of with the Wasatch Front, you're sourcing honey from.
Yep, exactly.
This is amazing. So I'm a novice, and so what do we have here?
So these are frames of honey in a beehive.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, think of it like a filing cabinet.
Okay.
You can fit about 10 of these frames per box in this size.
Okay.
So this is what it looks like after all the hard work's done.
Okay.
The bees have made the honeycomb.
What's the first step that you're gonna do?
You just kind of scrape the outside of the frame.
Okay.
And you just want to open up the wax so that the honey can basically flow out. Because we've got this spinner over here.
Yeah.
When it's white like this is beautiful. This is freshly made wax, and the bees have they've just done this right at the end of the season. And so it does look like a little bit like white and flaky.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you're seeing.
What you're wanting.
Yeah.
How long is this good for? Like, how quickly do you have to harvest the honey after the bees have made it?
So that is one great thing about honey is that it actually never goes bad.
Never.
Yeah. So I've had honey from a beekeeper friend of mine who, I think it was 50 or 60 years old. I don't know what it tasted like 50, 60 years ago.
Was it vintage honey?
It was pretty good though. Yeah, it was
amazing.
Yeah, it was cool. It was one of his first harvests, but you know, beekeepers kind of keep jars from different seasons and different locations because you can really get a sense for, like, you can remember different flavors and different.
It's very kind of like wine-esque or even like chocolate or coffee bean, where it's like you can taste the flavors of the region, what that bee was eating, and what kind of pollen it was using.
So now that we've scratched both the sides, so we can take this, and we can just open up this spinner.
Okay.
And I'll kind of move it. So
oh, nice! It's like a little basket in there.
It is, yeah. So we're just gonna put it in one side. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I gotta get it in there gingerly.
Gotta thread the needle a little bit. Okay.
Nice.
We got two loaded up, so it'll be kind of even when they spin out. So basically, once we've scratched the ends of the honeycomb off, then we can spin it out, and the honey will kind of collect on the outside and come down to the bottom, and then we'll open up that gate. And
should I start spinning?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
This is like different than like I'm used to spinning on a DJ table.
You kind of have to.
So Tom, we just came from honey spinning, which was so fun and super cool just to see that whole process. What's the next step in the process there?
So what we do is once it's collected into like a container, we'll let that sit for like 2 or 3 days and let the wax come to the top. And then we'll bottle the honey in one of these bottlers, actually, just like this. And we just put it in each jar one by one, put the lid on, store it away in the cases, and deliver it to the stores.
What's the intention behind that? What's the reason behind that? Is there higher quality of honey for health, or what are the benefits of
definitely. It's kind of like this, like slow food movement. It's like slow honey. Like, it takes a lot longer to do it, but the end result is you have a honey that maintains all of the flavors, which people can kind of tell right off the bat.
Yeah.
And then also the enzymes and probiotics. There's nearly like 200 components in honey that start to degrade at 98 degrees. And so if you want all the benefits of eating a raw, like whole food, then we just kind of keep it simple. We do it how the bees would do it, and then we try and preserve all the hard work that they put into it and that we put into it.
And what are the other ways to process honey? You can heat honey, which you do specifically for a couple of people that you distribute it to.
Yeah, so we will warm honey if people need to cook with it or mix it in salad dressings. Like we actually, Harmon's, the deli and the bakery, they use our honeys in their recipes. So we love working with them, but they couldn't scrape it out of a crystallized, honey. We just want to get it to you as natural as it was from the hive.
And then we have all of these in front of us, which are all of what Hollow Tree offers, like in the grocery store. Will you just kind of give us a lay of the land?
Yeah, definitely. So because we harvest by area, we have these small jars, and they've got the mountain wildflower. That's at like 8,000 feet. That's a very floral honey. So that's actually south of Utah County. But then this one is Utah County. So the hives are from Salem and Saratoga Springs, kind of two different opposite sides of Utah County.
Yeah.
Some of them are kind of by the river corridor there, so they get a lot of those wildflowers from the river area.
Nice.
And then this one over here is the Davis County. These are actually in a fruit orchard.
Okay.
And this is one of the most popular as well, but it's almost like you can taste some of the cherries in there. And then this one is, we call it the Park City, the greater Park City area.
Okay.
It's probably about 15 minutes away. It's kind of closer to Colville. And then we kind of have the different sizes, the 12.5 ounce, this is the 33 ounce. And this is something that we've put a lot of effort into, the combed honey.
Yeah.
These are just a little square cut out of the honeycomb, and we usually harvest this around July, August.
So basically the frame that we just scraped, you would just cut a comb out of it instead of scraping it and spinning it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
definitely
amazing.
So it's about a little bit, I mean, in truth, like these are kind of the same honey in the sense that this isn't heated at all either. But this is maybe one step closer to the hive, if there was a way to get any better.
Can we taste some of this honey?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, okay.
let me open this up. So this is our mountain wildflower. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And then this is the Utah County.
Oh yeah, it's got to kind of dig into it.
Yeah, that one especially because it's the wildflower, it's still pretty soft. There we go. So,
that's like candy.
Yeah.
And
so it's a little bit more, that's the most floral honey that we have.
Yeah, it's really, really beautiful.
It's that light kind of like.
It's like soft on the palate.
Yeah. I love that.
And then should I just hit up with the next one? Okay.
Yeah.
This is like the texture of honey that I would be used to, like if I were just to buy it in a grocery store.
Totally. Even though it's liquid, you'll kind of notice the difference. A lot of the honey in the stores is from kind of one area, because if you put it next to a clover field or an alfalfa field, there's a little bit less risk involved.
And this tastes more like a traditional honey that you would get in the grocery store. The difference between this honey and that honey is unbelievable. Like, people need to do this. It's and really taste the nuance. This is soft and delicate. This is just like overly sweet.
That's why I mean, like when it crystallizes, it's almost like people after they've tried it will sometimes prefer the crystallization.
Yeah, between those two, I would prefer the first one.
And then this one, we have one from actually Brighton if you want to try some of
The
that.
resort?
Yeah, up in the mountains. We got honey fever one year, and we're just like, let's take some hives up there.
Yum.
And this is one of my favorite honeys of all time.
Look how dark it is.
Yeah, we almost, we don't sell this, we just kind of give it away as we...
Gifts and stuff?
Yeah, for gifts and family
So this
friends.
is like, aw, I feel like a family friend now.
Yeah, this is the special honey. No, it's all good, but...
This is the good honey that you bring out when like you got company over, it's like, bring out the good honey.
I have some that, like it's almost like more sentimental value, because the first hive that I have was that my wife and I were living in the Avenues, and I was going to the U, and her grandma let me put my first hive in her backyard because it was up on this hill. So like
adorable.
It's the same thing. Like I have little jars. We call it G. Ma Joan honey.
Oh, it's like so sentimental. It's so sweet. This honey is amazing. There's like a unctuousness to it. Like it's full bodied.
Yeah. That's like, I love that. That's like my favorite honey. ever since like the beginning of our company, when we were at farmers markets, we tried to give away and most people are receptive. They would love to do it. I tell them like Utah almost has like 900 species of native bees, more than that. But this mix is really, so it's about 20 flowers. What it does is it feeds the bees from like spring, like early spring, all the way to the fall. So there's never like a gap in nectar. So you can always see bees come and visit your yard.
Can I have that?
Absolutely. There it is.
I'm going to do my homework.
Cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it will be an honor.
Once you planted some flowers in your yard, you put these up, and it gives bees a place to basically create their home. So you can see like in here like the different colors.
Oh yeah.
And different sizes of these tubes.
Yeah.
We make these from like recycled cabinet scraps, and then these are from, they're called Phragmites or canary grass. They grow along the Jordan River. But you can tell like depending on the size, like the diameter and the depth depends on which species is attracted to it. So the bigger ones actually in this one are called the mason orchard bees. See how they put mud on the end of their...
Oh, yeah.
So they like lay an egg, and then they put some pollen in there to feed the egg, and then they section it off with mud, and then they do another section. So there's about probably 5 or 6 sections in this one cavity. So each one of these that's packed in will represent another 5 or 6 bees that are going to emerge in the spring.
You become a steward of the bees by having something like this.
Totally.
You get to plant your flowers, you get to put a place for bees to live and grow. It has just been like a privilege and honor to spend time with you and to tell Utah your story.
Cool, yeah, thank you, Katie.
Thanks, Tom.
It's been great, yeah.